Hey everyone, Sheila here from Life with Pets. So do you have challenges when you do water changes? If you do, let me know in the description box below. The challenge we have with our breeding tank for profit that has the shrimp and the guppies in is the fact that I'm terrified of sucking them up. So I came up with using a old net that we didn't use anymore. It was a little small, and I cut it up and then attached it to the end of the vacuum, and that seems to do a great job. The only issue I have is if I need to actually suck up any debris, then it won't go up. Even sort of any of the fish waste won't go through it either. So that is a bit of a challenge. However, I am able to get the water out of the tank okay. Like I say, getting the dirt cleaned up, that is the challenge that I have. So what I've actually started doing is I take out the bulk of the water this way, because I find that every time I put the siphon in without the netting on it, the guppies are just drawn to it, the shrimp are drawn to it, and when I put it in this way, the shrimp usually end up all over it. And of course today when I was filming it, that didn't happen. I ended up with just one little lowly shrimp on it instead of it covered in shrimp like it normally is. So when you have a planted tank, you don't actually need to gravel vacuum the bottom because the waste is good for the plants. However, when I have plants, sometimes I end up with sort of like it littered with maybe the leaves from the plants, and so I do like to clean those up. I don't usually get all of them because the shrimp will feed on them, but I do like to get some of them up. So what I do is I sort of do the tank maintenance, and any dead leaves I sort of cut them off. Like I say, sometimes I will leave some because the snails will eat them, and also the shrimp will pick away at them as well. So I do leave some in there, but I don't like to leave too many. So I will do the tank maintenance, let the water get that it's almost down to what I want to take out, and then I will actually take off the filter off the end of the gravel cleaner and do it that way. The only thing when I do it that way is I am always terrified that I am going to suck something up. So the way to stop that is to actually kink the pipe, and that will stop the water flow. Also, I drain into a bucket when I'm doing this. Normally we can actually just send our water straight out the window, and we're very fortunate in that way. I don't have to lug buckets backwards and forwards, but when I am doing this, I do actually do it into a bucket just in case I suck anything up. I can then check the bucket to make sure that there's nothing in there. So there are ways around it. I'm just always so nervous that I'm going to get a baby shrimp, or something's going to get trapped, or even one of the guppies could end up going up and through it. So a bucket is a good way to go, and if you don't need to do this at all, then I would definitely recommend using the siphon. Once I've done the water change and taken out as much as I want, then I would just add in my water conditioner, which we do use Prime, and then I will fill the tank back up. This tank has been great up to this point. It does require very little maintenance. Right now I'm doing water changes just once a week, and I do anything from 30 to 50%. It just depends. Sometimes I'm even able to go about 10 days without doing the water change, and my water parameters are still absolutely spot on. So at the moment, this is still a really easy tank to take care of. I know that that is going to change once we get a lot more babies, and obviously once the guppies have fry. I do think they may be pregnant. I'm not 100% certain because they are so greedy that their stomachs get really big. However, they do have that little black spot that they talk about that they get when they get pregnant. So I think that they may be, but I'm not 100% sure. Some of the questions that we get asked about this tank a lot are, do we use CO2 for our plants? We don't use CO2 in any of our tanks for our plants. The substrate in this tank is fluval stratum, and that does a great job. And then I do also use root tabs. At the moment I'm not adding any fertilizer in here at all, but I am using the root tabs. The other question we get asked are, when are we going to be selling shrimp and guppies? And right now we don't have any plans to do either. We will in the future. However, we really need to build a big colony of the shrimp up before we plan on selling them. And obviously also with the guppies, we have to see if they will breed and wait for the babies to grow. So it's going to be a long time before that actually happens. Okay guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to let me know in the comments box below what challenges you face when doing doing a water change. If you're not subscribed to this channel and would like to see more videos like this, then please do so, and we'll see you next time.